Hello, this is Hercules. Welcome to my channel. And I'm going to be doing some live streaming. I got some inspiration from some really great tarot readers, and I've been looking through some tarot decks, and I thought, well, why not share some musings, some information from my soul, and we'll use tarot card to sort of focus in on that. And there's various meanings to the cards. I can scan through certain characteristics of the cards, and then my soul will decide which or what is relevant. And this is meant to as a general sort of thing. It's for everybody. It's for the human mass consciousness. But also, just like the Cryon channelings, there's a quantum element to it, where you may look at the recording a month later, and some of the information is really meant for you. It can be that specific. It's just like walking by a billboard or driving by it and seeing a series of numbers, and that those numbers have a significance for you, and it causes you to check in with your soul, and then you get this information or this intuitive response from your soul, and it's like, oh, I need to pay attention to this. A certain song comes on the radio. That's the easiest way we as cosmic beings, ascended masters, archangels, angels can actually get you to notice things, is through synchronicities. And synchronicities are happenings that occur out of nowhere, it seems, but they're related to your soul, your frequency. And synchronicities happen in the higher frequencies. So one could say, if you're transitioning towards 5 to 6D life, then your life will be full of synchronicities. An animal could come up to you and interact. A person could come up to you and say something, and it will be the right thing you need to hear at the right time. So the tarot cards and astrology, reading tea leaves, any of it, I read somewhere years ago that it was cosmic weather, and I tend to agree, because ultimately the knowledge comes from the record of heaven, which is within your soul. Everyone has it, and it doesn't matter if you feel you're chosen or you're an advanced soul, and compared to neophyte souls, everyone has that divine spark of creator, and everyone has the record of heaven within them. Everyone can be empowered to gain the directions that they need in their life. And so I'm just I picked the Galactic tarot deck. I don't know anything about the Galactic tarot deck, and I did it off a phone app. And I picked a random card. So I'm just going to look at the card and the characteristics, and whatever my soul wants to communicate to you as Hercules, I will communicate. So I picked the Ace of Wands. There it is. Ace of Wands, okay? And I'm going to go over what that is. Current energy. The main energy or vibe surrounding you now. The key words are energy, inspiration, vitality, passion, beginning. So my soul wants to talk about timing, beginning, and ending. Now, you all have heard of a galactic calendar, say the Mayan calendar, how it's separated into 4 different phases, and there's different seasonal segments of the calendar. But the reason it was downloaded to humanity was so that people could know that there's an order to things, that creation just doesn't happen willy-nilly. There's a divine order, and certain new creations start at the beginning of a cycle, and there's several cycles within a calendar year. So, for instance, July 26th on this planet is Galactic New Year. So that would be the beginning of some new project, and then there will be a 3 or 4 month period, and then there will be another chance for a new beginning. And remember that calendars reflect time, and I have stated in previous videos from that are about Creator, really, and about all of us as sons and daughters of Creator. And that is that time only exists on the lower dimensional worlds, where there's a physical incarnation, and then there's resistance, some form of oppression, and then there's liberation, which represents expansion. And this is a cycle that I've said previously can be viewed mathematically through a fractal generator. Fractals are beautiful. They're emerging patterns that develop, and then they suddenly break down. So that's the imbalance, and they build and build and build back up into new patterns. That's moving back into balance. So creation is like that. It's an ebb and flow, and the energy is such as well. Inspiration. Where does inspiration come from? It comes from Creator, from the divine. But remember that you co-create. You have limited free will. You're not allowed or given the free will to destroy this planet or destroy this galaxy or this universe. It's not allowed. However, you can work within the confines of principles and laws that are set up so that this sandbox, if you will, of creation can actually be utilized for everyone, and then everyone can create for the greater good. And if they choose to be destructive in their creations, then there's measures in place that will redirect that person into something more constructive. So, but inspiration comes from the soul. It can come from the soul of another. You see an activity around you, and that may inspire you to do something else. For instance, me doing this tarot reading, if you will, it was inspired. I'm inspired by some very astute and connected readers out there who have really big followings, and they're providing a service. They're making a living, but they're providing a service. And I see it as world service. World service is a very important thing related to ascension, because that in the individual ascension, which could take someone 60, 70 years of seeking, and one of the requirements is world service, meaning you have to have your attention, your purpose. It must encompass more than just yourself. It must involve the betterment of others, but the betterment of others on a grander scale. So world service is about the greater good and how you contribute to that. So besides the neutralizing karma at 51%, which, you know, using the violet flame does that, and right action does that, right activity, righteousness, right useness, that neutralizes karma. But the requirement is service, and true service, one of the after effects of that is humility. And humility is not of the ego. It's not a false humility. Oh, you know, I'm doing this great thing, but I'm just going to tell everybody that it's nothing. True humility is that genuine desire to be of even more service, to give even more, because the giving is the reward for it. That's humility, and that's what happens with true service. So as you advance the souls, as you raise your vibration, your focus, your intentions will extend to greater and greater parts of humanity and the planet, and maybe even the galaxy. It depends how big your soul is. Some souls, their focus is small. It's themselves, their family, their community. For some, it could be their state, their country. For others, it could be this whole planet and all the countries. For others, it could be the galaxy. Just depends on what your journey is and the level of your soul. And as I've said in earlier videos, the Creator, Mother, Father, One, produced 12 original souls. They're known as Elohim. Elohim's more like a job description, but I'm the Elohim Hercules, but we refer to ourselves as the firstborn, because from all other souls come from the firstborn. So the firstborn are oversouls, basically. So that's what I mean by levels. And levels of souls are really based upon attainment, the level of accomplishment, which begs the idea that accomplishment is related to activity, to action. Meditation is great. It's great to go quiet and get the advice or inspiration that you need, but then you need to apply that inspiration into activity, loving activity. Love is an activity. I've said it before. Love is an activity. Love is an energy. It's an activity. And as I see this Ace of Wands cards, my interpretation to you is that point your love in all your activities, and then you will gain the momentum in your causal bodies, which will enable you to manifest the miracles. All right, let's going to move on to another card. Okay, this one is the Seven of Cups. So the key words are leaving, letting go, dissatisfaction, seeking, retreat. First thing that comes from my soul is to tell you that the saying you've heard or maybe seen in a Bible is seek and ye shall find, ask and the door shall be opened, or knock and seek and ye shall find. So everybody has the opportunity to serve as the divine here, because of their divine spark. And if that's what you truly seek, then it will be granted to you. So you've got to get yourselves right. You've got to, the love, praise, gratitude, the angel song, that is what connects you to the heart and ignites your heart flames. If you can get that far, then your initiations will automatically progress, but you've got to get that far. You've got to ignite your heart flames. So that's what the seeking is. It starts with intention. The precursor to energy is intention. And it's your purity of intent that really, really matters the most in manifestation. So your purity of intent basically is the reason why you're manifesting. Why are you bringing in this creation? So if you seek to be of service, then you will be more and more selfless. And service to self versus service to others. Service to others is the higher frequency. And I'm seeing the term letting go, okay? If you give a gift to someone, it's not considered a gift until you let it go. If you keep mulling over it and deciding, thinking, oh wow, I gave them this gift, so I hope they acknowledge me or give me something back, it's not a gift. You didn't let it go. You didn't get the full metaphysical benefit from giving. And giving is the key to prosperity. And I actually tried this out. I spent a year tithing $100 to the Temple of the Presence in Phoenix. It's a Send a Master activity. I thought it was very inspiring hearing the Messenger 1 and Messenger 2 talk, bring in information, and it's a blue flame activity. Of course, Hercules is the blue flame of creation, and it's also Saint Germain, the violet flame. The blue and the violet flame always work together. And I gave for a whole year, and not only did I not miss the income, but I actually made even more money. So by giving, and I made sure that I let go of that gift so that I wouldn't be holding on to it, that I wouldn't be missing it. And it turns out that tithing is a great way to increase your ability with the cosmic law of supply and abundance. Abundance supplies of the mother flame. It is of the divine mother. And gambling is it's like you're warping abundance. Okay, you're twisting it, and it's a perversion of the mother flame. And gambling leads to a karmic pattern called addiction. Anything that leads you to one of the karmic patterns like shame, addiction, you should try not to do that. You should get out of it as much as you can. And people are tempted to play the lottery thinking they're going to access the divine, but really isn't it a form of gambling? And I'm not saying you can't gamble for entertainment, but if you truly believe that gambling is your way to increase your momentum with the cosmic law of supply, that would be a fallacy. And beyond entertainment, I wouldn't recommend gambling because it leads to addiction. And also, we're talking about self-empowerment. Where do you draw your supply from? It's from your soul, from your I am presence. Alright, so this was the Eight of Cups, and it's about emotional or spiritual fulfillment. Quite simply, if your activity isn't inspiring you, making you feel fulfilled, then it's not part of your soul's purpose. Maybe you had to go through this activity to get to your soul's purpose. So that's part of the seeking. And if you're dissatisfied with what you're doing, then you need to make a change. That's why you have that feeling. So be in tune with your feelings, and don't just stay in something because you thought you were supposed to do it, or you're doing it for your family. Ultimately, you have to be right to serve others. So this involves you policing yourself, cleaning up your own backyard. If you can't serve others effectively if you don't have a sense of empowerment in your own life. And power comes from the balance of love and wisdom, which all comes from your soul. Okay, this card talks about leaving behind old relationships and situations and emotional patterns. Attachment. Being attached to the world is helpful in that you can relate to others, and if you're too alien, too far out there, no one's going to relate to you. And if you're trying to serve here in a counselor or a teacher capacity, then you're not going to help that many people. So if you've never had a relationship, can you really give relationship advice? Even though it's coming from your soul, if you got no experience here, it's going to seem rather alien. And people are not going to embrace that. So, but leaving behind the old, it's like wearing a t-shirt with a hole in it. You know, there's a hole in it, but you love this t-shirt, so you're gonna repair it with needle and thread, and then it's gonna rip another hole in it, but you're gonna keep that shirt. You're gonna keep holding on to it instead of just getting a brand new shirt or shirt without a hole. And people do that. They try to patch up the old relationships. Relationships shift for what reason? There's different relationships involve more than one person, and everyone's on a different journey and has a different rate of growth, because each soul is individual, is different. Even if you're in the same soul group and that's your soulmate, you each have different souls and a different journey. Don't be afraid to leave the old behind and be a pioneer and set out for the new. Embrace the new. Embrace the next chapter. Alright, I think we've done enough with that. 8 of Cups. This is the Galaxy Tarot, so now we'll do a new reading. We'll do the card of the day. Card of the day is, for everybody, okay, the 9 of Pentacles. And reward yourself for all the good, hard work you've done, and be proud of what you've accomplished. Treat yourself well. Celebration. Live a little, have a little luxury. So my soul immediately thinks of the balance of life, work and play. So what you need to do is have a balance of work and play. What is the purpose of working a 70-hour work week, making enough money to provide for your basic needs and maybe your family's needs, having some money left over for some recreation, and you never have any recreation, you never make any time for yourself? And what can this lead to? It can lead to being a workaholic. That's a form of addiction. That's a karmic pattern. So a lot of people are workaholics. Have the work and play balance. Even going out in the nature and walking on the grass barefoot, get those electrons flowing through your feet. Electrons naturally reduce the inflammation in your body. They do so many things. They connect you to the elementals, which outpicture the picture of life based upon whatever your creations are. So make sure that you get that work balance play. Luxury is okay. Having wonderful food is great. Why deprive yourself while you're on this planet in incarnation of the most beautiful things, the most beautiful experiences? Why else are you here? You're here to experience the beauty of wonderfully prepared food, of a luxurious spa. Make sure you treat yourself and treat others as well, because it's much better to live happily with others than to live happily with yourself. Any activity that's constructive with others is an amplifier. Where 2 or more are gathered in my name, I am here. What does that really mean? It means that if you're constructively creating something with another person, that means that the power of that creation, the magnitude of it's going to be increased by 4. If 3 of you are gathered, the magnitude of the creation is multiplied by 8. And 4 of you, it's multiplied by 16. You see it? 2 to the third, 2 to the second, to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth power, and so on and so on. So enjoy your time with yourself, but also enjoy it with others. You're not here to meditate in a cave and be by yourself. Sure, some portions of your life you may need to do something like that, but you're mostly here to interact with others and gain the experience from the interactions, from the relationships, and enjoy the vacation and luxury with others. So she stands alone. The Nine of Pentacles stands alone. Being alone, loneliness, that means that you're not connected to Creator through your own heart center. As you get in higher and higher frequency, there's less and less people in your frequency, okay? So you're going to need that connection with the divine. And the best way is love, praise, and gratitude directed to your heart. You will always be connected to Creator. You'll always be getting the advice you need to complete any task. You will be really super in tune to your intuition. Synchronicities will line up for you. It will seem like you're living in a magical universe, which you are. Your life will seem like magic. So it is worth doing. And if you don't have attachments here with others, but you have the connection to Creator, you'll never be lonely. It's okay to be alone, but it's not okay to be lonely. So remember this. All right, it's enough with the Nine of Pentacles.
From tracking business expenses.
Oops. Sorry, I went out of my app here. Well, actually, it's 27 minutes so far for this video. I'm going to be doing live streams, so I'll have more time, but these videos get rather long. Anyways, thank you for listening to my tarot inspired readings. Remember, to me, the tarot is just cosmic weather. It's a way to focus in certain topics that can come from your soul, can also come from the higher collective, such as Source, which is the collective consciousness. But it should come through your soul. There should be a heart vibration. You should feel a pressure in your chest. Stay out of the astral. If you're going to pull in information, make sure it comes through your heart. Only the divine can come through your heart. You will feel it as a pressure wave or vibration or heat in your chest. That's how you're going to know. All right. So I'm going to end this. This is Hercules. Thank you for listening, and I will post this video in a bit. Bye for now.